We are live. Brother, I will go to teaching and you start your live. Okay. Yeah. So, my dear friends, we are live for today's session and we are going to talk about very important stuff today. Extremely important. Just give me a second, okay? Let me see how does it work when it. Yeah, that's good. Now, the fact of the matter is, today we have Gurpurav here in Winnipeg, in all around the world. So, first of all, my best wishes ਉਹਨਾਂ ਸਾਰੇ ਦੋਸਤਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਪੰਜਾਬ ਤੋਂ ਨੇ ਤੇ ਬਾਕੀ ਸਟੇਟਸ ਤੋਂ ਵੀ ਨੇ ਕਿ ਗੁਰਪੁਰਬ ਦੀਆਂ ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਬਹੁਤ ਬਹੁਤ ਵਧਾਈਆਂ ਐਂਡ we will celebrate that one um, at Gurudwara. But before that one, I thought that I should actually come live and do my work. Even Guruji says, like, work is worship. So, ਕੰਮ ਕਰੋ ਪਹਿਲਾਂ ਆਪਣਾ ਕਿਰਤ ਕਰਨੀ ਬਹੁਤ ਜ਼ਰੂਰੀ ਹੈ ਤਾਂ ਕਿਰਤ ਕਰਾਂਗੇ ਤਾਂ ਸਾਰੀਆਂ ਚੀਜ਼ਾਂ ਸਹੀ ਚੱਲਣਗੀਆਂ otherwise nothing will go in the right direction. So I would always say that just prepare yourself for any kind of hardship in your life. The Guruji and Vaheguru is always with you. Okay, remember that. If you believe in the God, God will always assist you one day or the other day. तो ਤੁਹਾਡੇ ਨਾਲ ਰਹਿਣਗੇ ਤੁਹਾਡੇ ਨਾਲ ਖੜਨਗੇ ਆ ਕੇ ਜਿੰਨੀ ਵੀ ਤੁਹਾਡੀ ਪ੍ਰੋਬਲਮ ਹੋਏਗੀ ਐਂਡ ਲੈਟ ਮੀ ਨੋ ਦੈਟ ਕਿ ਜੇ ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਮੇਰੀ ਆਵਾਜ਼ ਸੁਣ ਰਹੀ ਹੈ ਪ੍ਰੋਪਰਲੀ ਥੋੜਾ ਜਿਹਾ ਪਹਿਲਾਂ ਆਪਾਂ ਸੈਸ਼ਨ ਕਰਾਂਗੇ ਵੀ ਵਿਲ ਟਾਕ ਅਬਾਊਟ ਸਮਥਿੰਗ ਵੈਰੀ ਇੰਪੋਰਟੈਂਟ ਦੈਟ ਇਜ਼ like we will talk to the people who would join. I would prefer that I should actually open my live chat as well. Give me a second. It's gonna be an awesome session. I must tell you that because we are going to learn a lot of vocabulary words, lot of collocations, lot of like ways to answer the questions when it particularly comes to giving an answer in your IELTS examinations. Oh, bus. And there is a person called MD Julkar. He has said something like, "Brother, I will go back to the teaching and I'll be back at 10 o'clock. Please start. I will, uh, I will support you." And yeah, he wrote it a little faster. So that's why maybe some kind of, typing errors are there. I want to see your video live. Okay. So we are live now and I wish you all the best. All the people who are preparing for the IELTS examination, whomsoever it is. I've heard that in some of the videos, like I used to watch the videos also. I love to watch the videos related to the English content. Let me tell you, it is not like only I create, and I do not actually like to watch the videos. I like to watch those videos where I would get to know about the new insights that are coming in the examination. So we have heard that there is some change in the pattern of the examination, or there would be some questions which will be altered, which will be changed. But I don't think so. That is something that is of great concern. Our concern should be that we should be ready in every situation, whatsoever tough situation comes. We need to be ready with that. So, to be very frank, let me tell you that if your, mindset is right, then everything becomes right, everything becomes easy. So if you think so that there is any question which would be tough, I would say that that is only the mindset that makes it tough. Everything is easy, everything will be accordingly, or it will be coherent to your mindset, depending upon how you think. So yeah, so what I said is, I think I have actually initiated or I have broken the ice here, like just talking about something which should you should take care of is your health, mind's health, your physical health, and everything. So topic of today's session is health and fitness. It is not only your physical health, it is also about your mental health, your brain. Everything should work properly. Everything should work properly. That's how, like, that was a topic that I thought that I should actually bring forward. Like when it comes to the speaking examination, there are lots of questions sometimes comes about like how do you keep yourself fit or something like that. We will talk about that one by one. So today's live session is one of the most popular IELTS topic. It is one of the most popular IELTS topic, that is health and wellness. That is also the part of, like, there are different questions that come, and it is one of the way, like, they put forward the questions, like when it comes to different topics. There are around not more than 15 topics that you need to keep in mind, that if you are preparing about all of them, then you would be ready for your examination. So health and wellness is one of the top notch topic that you should be actually always ready with. So we will speak, we will chat, we will talk also, and we will gather some kind of questions and answers, and we'll talk about, like, different words. Let me tell you, 50 different words which are related to this particular thing, your health, your mental health, your physical health, and whatsoever vocabulary that comes in the as a part of the health. हम उसके बारे में बात करेंगे, हम उस हर चीज की बात करेंगे जो भी आपकी हेल्थ और फिटनेस से रिलेटेड है. ओके, सो if you don't mind, please write that in the chat. What does, like, being healthy mean to you? What do you think healthy means? Or it is healthy, not healthy. It will be healthy. So yeah, we will start with that one. I'll just give you the question over there. Mm, and and here you go. Yeah. What does being healthy mean to you? Let me know that in the comment section. I'll just put it to pin the message. I pin the message. So whenever somebody comes, you can actually comment on that one. What does actually health mean accordingly you? Okay. Now, as we know that in our ELTS speaking, there are three different parts. We all know that there are three different parts. First part is the most, I would say that is the easiest part, not the most easiest part. It is not like that. We cannot say that most easiest. It is wrong, because we cannot use most with easy. Easy is a monosyllabic word, so we can't use that. So the the easiest part in our ELTS examination is the speaking part one. How does it come in speaking part one? Let me have some answers. Okay, there are two persons who are watching. I don't know, like, whether or not that you're gonna reply, but whenever you find it easy, you can reply about, like, what do you think about the health. Okay, I will not waste my time. I will not waste your time as well. So we will move further with that. See, Mhm. Yeah. So in part one, examiner easily ask these questions to actually define you and define him as well. That means he wants to make it happen. Like, that means the conversation should go friendly, conversation should go proper. That is why examiner wants everything to be told to you. Just give me a second. So that is why the questions would be easy ones, and there would be some personal questions would be related to you. So how health would be the topic of the talk or conversation in case of yeah, like, when it comes to the examination, how these topics can be the part of your examination. We will talk about that one. Okay, and I will ask some questions and you will answer in the chat. Try to write the full answers or full sentences rather than writing the short answer, because I'm not that good with the acronyms, or the kind of, like, one day there was a girl, like, maybe she wrote IDK. I was not about that. I don't know it means. So, like, then thereafter I tried to search about it, and then I got to know, like, yeah, that means that. Okay. Now there are some questions to you that I'm putting forward. That the first question is, do you like to stay fit? First thing first is, do you like to stay fit? That is a normal question that in any examination or in any paper you will be asked. So do you like to stay fit, or what do you like to do, or what do you do to stay healthy? There will be some questions like, do you like to stay fit? First question is, Um, I'll write those side by side. Mhm. Okay. Yeah. So the first question is, do you like to stay fit? I will write it over there, okay? In the chat itself. Mhm. Do you like to stay fit? Mhm. So do you like to stay fit? When it comes to the question like, do you like to stay fit? Says that we need to see the tense of the question. What is the tense of the question? It is asked in the present indefinite form. So answer has to come in the present indefinite form. We can't talk about the past. We can't talk about the future. Somebody is saying that, what do you do to keep yourself fit presently? So do you like to stay fit? Obviously. Or what do you like? Do you like? Obviously, that is about your liking. So when you say that I like to stay fit, then you are wrong there. You need to, the first thing that you need to see is analyze the tense of the question. Tense of the question. I'm not going to provide you all the answers. You're going to help me out with that. Okay, analyze the tense of the question is the first step. Yeah, I will write like that. So analyze the tense of the question first. What is the tense of the question? If the tense is clear, now if we know that the tense is in present indefinite, my answer has to be in the present indefinite. So once I got to know that, like my tense is in the present indefinite, second thing is I'm gonna paraphrase my question. Whenever I'm gonna give the answer, then second thing that you're gonna do is paraphrase your answer or the statement that you make. Okay, paraphrase the answer or the statement that you make. Second step. That is the second step. Like, first thing is analyze the question. What is the question? Do you like to stay fit? That is the question. So you analyze the question. What kind of tense is the question? What kind of tense is used in the question? Then second thing is you're gonna paraphrase the question. You're not going to use the word like again. You're not supposed to use the same language that is given in the question itself. So what you're gonna do, आप उसको चेंज करेंगे. You're gonna change the language of the question in your own words, or you're gonna make it simplified. Okay. So if it is, do you like to stay fit? Well, to be very honest, I love to stay fit. I love to stay up to the mark or something like that. That means language should not be the same. I mean to say that. Okay. Once that language is done, once that language stuff is done, I'm going to tell you that you're going to follow all those points that I'm going to write over there. Uh, you're going to give your point of view, or what we say, not a point of view, but I would say that your first argument or first statement, your answer. Your answer must be framed then. Yeah. And if you feel so, it is right that you know or you remember um, any kind of idiom to actually express your answer, even in the part one, then it is well and good. And I must tell you that it adds a lot of flavor to your answer. So when you say something like, do you like to stay fit? You mean to say that, do you like to stay fit as fiddle or something like that? You can say that I like to stay fit and fit as fiddle because it gives me a lot of positive energy or something like that. And then yeah, as your answer is framed, your answer must be framed point like that, means that is the part third, like sorry, the point third. And then we have the fourth important point, that is you need to speak the supporting ideas. That means your answer, what your answer should contain. I'm just letting you know about those things. Okay. Supporting ideas. So supporting ideas would be your fourth thing that you're gonna think about in the part one only. We are not talking about any other part. We are talking about only part one answers. First thing is analyze the tense of the question. Second is paraphrase your answer. Whenever you're giving your answer, the language should not be the same as that is in the question. Third thing is your answer must be framed. That means your first point must come. Once your first point comes, thereafter you need to move forward with any supporting idea because it is the part one. You are not supposed to actually give the long answers. You are not supposed to actually reply in lengthy answers. Not at all. So whenever you are giving your answer should contain that pattern when it comes to the part one answers. So the question was that do you like to stay fit? So in that scenario, don't answer, never answer, yes, I do, yes, I don't. Not at all. Never. Never give the answer like that. If you say, yes, I do, no, I don't, something like that, that is incomplete answer. And even it will create a kind of disinterest, or there would be no interest between the two persons who are talking and the conversating. Hello, hello, Vishnu Raji, how are you? कैसे हैं आप? मैं अपने अपनी तरफ से ट्राई कर रहा हूँ दैट एज मच एज हिंदी आई कैन स्पीक बट या आई बिलीव दैट यू वुड बी एबल टू गेट इट एंड write it in the comment like as many persons are coming over there like should I speak in Hindi alongside or should I actually just continue with my only one single tongue that is English language because many of the students like IELTS students they are preparing for the language test, then definitely they would support the English language. So that's why I say that I need to have a kind of consensus, you know. I need to have the consensus that people are supporting a certain language so that I can actually let them explain stuff properly. Okay, anyways, moving forward, I must tell you that do not say that yes, I do. I try to walk every morning because it is good for health or something like that. Do not give the reply like that. I'm telling you. Never reply anybody like that. Okay. Instead of that one, you have to say that absolutely. I love to stay fit. I love to stay fit because it gives me a certain kind of positive energy. So that is a kind of natural answer. Answer must be natural. So another point in part one of the speaking examination that I'm going to tell you is that your answer must be natural. Okay. Your answer must be natural as I've written over there. Your answer must be natural. Whenever you're speaking, that means it should not look like you're bothered. You're not bothered when you're actually talking to somebody. That means there should be some interest. It should not be like English should haunt you. English should be spoken with love and affection, the same way we are speaking our own mother tongue. Okay, I know that there would be always a difference, but still, like if you're gonna actually communicate with the person with a full interest and you are actually into the conversation rather than just simply giving an answer for answer's sake, it is not going to be working for you. So if you really want to get the right answers, then definitely you have to follow these 5 points in the part one. That means you have to use the connectors. So one of the point that I forgot to let you know, that is use the connectors to blend your ideas, because to blend the ideas, because you're not going to speak as many ideas as possible in that. Okay, so you're not supposed to write number of ideas or speak number of ideas in your speaking examination. So use the connectors to blend them all. Whenever you're giving your answer with these connectors, it looks like that you're taking pauses, but those become natural pauses once you have added those connectors into that one. Because one of the periphery, one of the benchmark when they check your speaking is coherence as well. Like that is your fluency or your pronunciation. So in fluency, that comes like how fluent you are, then you would be actually trying to hide those kind of pauses with the use of these connectors. So whenever you're putting the use of the connectors into the answers, then it becomes easy for the other person to get it. Yeah, the person is trying to blend the ideas from one idea to the supporting idea. So like don't speak more than two supporting ideas in part. Hello. So don't speak more than two supporting ideas Vishnu Raji, I got it. Yeah. Don't speak the two like more than two supporting ideas in your IELTS part one. So whenever you are giving your examination, make sure that one you are not speaking more than two supporting ideas. Two supporting ideas and one main idea, that's good enough. But do not go beyond that, because nobody is asking you anything about the discussive questions. Nobody is discussing anything with you. They are simply asking you. The person is going to ask you some questions related to your life and wants to know that who you are, and how you live your life. What are your likes and dislikes and all that. So you need not to go beyond that level, so that it would look awkward and the person is going to say that your exam is over. Okay, the person will definitely get to know about it. He'll get the insight very easily that this person is actually having some problem. Okay, so instead of actually having some problem, just give your answer freely and don't give lengthy answers in part one, I'm telling you. Okay, so never give the lengthy answers in part one. Let me just okay, desktop. Okay, now moving further, there are different other questions that can be possibly asked about the health and the fitness. First question I told you was like, do you like to stay fit or something like related to that? Okay, and give me a second. Let me just. My touch screen is not working today, I guess. Yeah. Yeah. So first question was like, do you like to stay fit? That was the question. Now, the second possible question which they can ask you about is is what do you do to stay healthy? What do you do to stay healthy? I'll write over there. If you are having any answer, you can write your answer. What do you do? Like in short answers, like how would you answer? I would actually try to find out something from that. What do you do to stay fit? हम बहुत सी एक्सरसाइजेस करते हैं, बहुत सी चीजें करते हैं लाइफ में अपने आप को फिट रखने के लिए, अपने आप को ठीक रखने के लिए, अगर हम हेल्दी रहें। बहुत सी चीजें होती हैं दैट आई टोल्ड यू दैट वी डोंट ओनली कीप आवरसेल्फ मेंटली फिट, सॉरी फिजिकली फिट, बट आल्सो मेंटली फिट। तो मेंटल एक्सरसाइज कैसे करते हैं, फिजिकल एक्सरसाइज कैसे करते हैं एंड ऑल दैट, यू कैन राइट दैट इन द आंसर्स over there in the chat itself. Like how do you stay fit, and what do you do to stay fit or healthy? So the first thing first is obviously diet. That comes a diet. And if you're having a good diet, then definitely that is a plus point. That is the first thing that you can bring as a change in your schedule. Like my diet is good, then definitely my health is good. Or do if I do the sports, then that also, my health would be good. If I'm keeping myself happy, that also gonna give me some kind of healthy lifestyle. And if I'm actually helping people out, that is also give you a good health. Let me tell you. Obviously, if you're gonna give something good, you're gonna get something good. So definitely your health is not going to deteriorate, or it is not going to get affected adversely. आपकी जो हेल्थ है वो एडवर्स इफेक्ट नहीं होगी अगर आप अपना ध्यान किस चीज पे रखते हो। या तो आप स्पोर्ट्स खेलते हो तो आप अपने आप को हेल्दी रखते हो, या फिर आप मान लो किसी की हेल्प करते हो तो उससे आप हेल्दी रह सकते हो। तीसरी चीज क्या हो जाएगी, अगर आप एक्सरसाइज करते हो, जिम जाते हो, ठीक है, ग्राउंड में जाते हो, दैट यू आर डूइंग द मिलिट्री ट्रेनिंग और आर्मी ट्रेनिंग, वो वाली एक्सरसाइजेस करते हो, पुशअप्स करते हो, पुलअप्स करते हो, तो जैसे ऐसी एक्सरसाइजेस करने से अगर आपको लाइक इफ यू कीप योर सेल्फ फिट, देर आर डिफरेंट वेज दैट एक्चुअली टू टेल दैट थिंग। तो इट डिपेंड्स अपॉन अ पर्सन टू पर्सन दैट हाउ द पर्सन थिंक कि हाँ कि भाई मेरा जो है, तो मेरा तो ये वे है अपने आप को फिट रखने का। सो दैट इज व्हाट आई एम एक्सपेक्टिंग एज एन आंसर इन द चैट इटसेल्फ कि व्हाट डू यू डू टू स्टे हेल्दी। पहले तो मैं खाने की बात कर रहा था कि दैट लाइक अगर मैं अच्छा खाऊंगा तो डेफिनेटली मेरी हेल्थ एडवर्स इफेक्ट नहीं करेगी। सो जैसे मैं आपको आंसर दे रहा हूँ हिंदी में और इंग्लिश में मिक्स करके आंसर दे रहा हूँ, उसको बोलते हैं ब्रोकन इंग्लिश। तो ब्रोकन इंग्लिश में अपना अगर आंसर रेडी है, देन डेफिनेटली इट विल बी इजी फॉर अस टू एक्चुअली कन्वर्ट दैट इनटू द प्रॉपर इंग्लिश, और जिसको बोल देते हैं फ्लुएंट इंग्लिश जिसको हम बोल देते हैं। पर ब्रोकन इंग्लिश में स्टार्ट तो करें, सोचना तो स्टार्ट करें। अगर हमारी सोच में ब्रोकन इंग्लिश आ गई तो डेफिनेटली जब हम आइडियाज को बनाएंगे एंड वेन एवर वी गोना मेक आवर आंसर्स वी विल बी रेडी विद आवर आंसर्स, हमारे जो आंसर्स है हमेशा सही जाएंगे. Got it. So what do you do to stay fit? If you have an answer in the chat, I would be really appreciating that. तो ये आ गया आपका आपका अगला क्वेश्चन. इसमें आप बहुत सी चीजें बोल सकते हो. कौन कौन सी चीजें बोल सकते हो? आपकी डाइट के बारे में बोल सकते हो कि दैट मैं डाइट को सही रखता हूँ, या फिर मैं स्पोर्ट्स खेलता हूँ, ठीक है, मैं कोई गेम खेलता हूँ. मतलब वो नहीं कि जो आई साइड को खराब करे, वो वाली जो वीडियो गेम्स होती हैं. आई वुड से दैट वो वाली गेम्स जो आपको हमेशा फिट रखें, वो वाली गेम जिससे आप मेंटली भी फिट रहो. जैसे अगर आप योगा करते हो, योगा करने से आप एक तो फोकस्ड हो जाओगे, आपका फोकस प्रॉपर आपके काम के ऊपर रहेगा, ठीक है. आपका जो फोकस है वो आपके काम के ऊपर रहेगा एंड वो आपको मेंटल स्ट्रेस भी कम देगा. जब आप मेडिटेट करोगे, जब आप योगा करोगे, आपकी बॉडी भी फिट रहेगी एंड साइड बाय साइड यू आर गोना डू दैट थिंग. ओके, यू इट इज गोइंग टू कीप यू फिट, आई एम टेलिंग यू. तो all these things really matter when it comes to answering such a question. What do you do to stay healthy? Well, you always start something like, if you're gonna have a second thought or you want to give a pause in between before giving an answer, use a connector or use a certain kind of adverbial in the beginning. तो adverbial आगे यूज कर लो ताकि आपको थोड़ा टाइम मिल जाए सोचने. well, जैसे हम well बोलेंगे, then we will have some time to think of the answer. ठीक है, हमारे पास सोचने का टाइम मिल जाएगा हमें. ठीक है, तो then when I'll say well, I go for lots of running. I would say I go out and do jogging, running, gym. And to keep myself mentally fit, I do some kind of exercises, sitting in different asanas, or what we say, the different positions, and that keeps me fit, or something like that. So answer should be natural. I'm telling you, whatsoever comes in your mind, naturally give that answer. And वो सोने पे सुहागा होएगा अगर आप आंसर में अपने एडियम्स को यूज करते हो, जो हमारे लोकोक्तियां, प्रोवर्ब्स, ये सारी चीजें होती हैं. अगर आप इनको यूज करते हो, देन डेफिनेटली इट इज गोइंग टू बी अ प्लस पॉइंट व्हेन यू आर आंसरिंग द क्वेश्चन. ओके, answering the question, keep it in mind that whenever you are answering the question, you have these beautiful elements in between. Okay. Yeah. So there is another possible that you should actually know. That is, I told you that the first word or the first word of the question always decide that what you're going to do in the question. First two words, first one word, or like the first word. How often do you, or how often do you exercise? Obviously, somebody got to know that, yeah, I do exercise. Somebody gave the reply of the previous question that to stay healthy or to stay fit or to stay in the proper, what we say, posture of my life, I do one thing, that is exercise. Now, how often do you exercise? So that means all the questions will be accordingly what your answers would be. यहाँ पे मैं ये बताना चाहता हूँ कि जो आपका जो एग्जामिनर होता है, दैट पर्सन गिव्स यू द रिप्लाई अकॉर्डिंगली व्हाट यू गोना रिप्लाई द प्रीवियस क्वेश्चंस आंसर. सो उसके हिसाब से वो आपको लाइक नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन पूछेगा. ओके, दैट व्हाट एवर वुड बी ब्लेंडिंग. यहाँ पे मैंने सपोज किया है दैट द पर्सन वुड बी गिविंग एन आंसर लाइक, भाई मैं एक्सरसाइज करता हूँ. If somebody does the exercise, उसने अगला क्वेश्चन पूछ लिया, हाउ ऑफ्टन डू यू एक्सरसाइज. कितनी बार करते हो, कितना एक्सरसाइज करते हो. मतलब हाउ ऑफ्टन से डिसाइड होगा दैट I'm gonna tell the next answer would be in the frequency. I would be telling the frequency of doing the exercise in my this question, in this question of mine, like I would say, how often do you exercise? I would give the reply like, um, I would say twice a day. When I said that I would say twice a day, it became natural. So natural होना चाहिए और कुछ दिमाग में नहीं रखना. Like you have to have the natural answers always ready to come out of your mouth. Okay, utter always those things which actually come in your mind naturally. So how often do you exercise? Um, to be very frank, I would say that I don't do that regularly. Most probably, or most probably, you can start like, most probably, I do exercise. I do go for, I do hit the gym twice a week. Twice a week would be all right, or thrice a week. Okay, regularly in the week. or something like that without even giving a break. That could be the possible answer. Whenever you're answering your question related to such kind of questions, always reply like that: twice a day, thrice a day. Sorry, not, yeah, even thrice a day. Even in a day, you can do the exercise 3 times. So it depends upon that. Like thrice a week, or whenever you get a chance, whenever, or even answer can be whenever I get a chance. There is no question asked for your general knowledge. Nobody is asking you anything related to the general knowledge. Everyone is asking you the questions so that you can be natural, and you can they can assess your English. They don't want to assess anything else. I must tell you that they don't want to assess that this person knows a lot about exercises. They don't want to assess that one. Whether the person is able to answer the question in English, that is their main concern, nothing else, guys. So chill, always give the reply like you don't worry about like what kind of answer I need to give. Do I need to actually find that in the chat GPT, or do I need to find that in some kind of book? That answer for exercise would be something like that. No, that has to be natural. That means whatsoever is happening in your life, just give the reply accordingly. That I mean to say that. Okay. So always give your reply naturally. Now, the next question that is possibly there, that is possibly there. See, I have already spoken about different points. You can check it in the chat also. Once you're going to scroll the chat later on, you will get to know that there would be some kind of, points that I've already mentioned. The first thing that I mentioned was like, if you know, the first thing that I mentioned was like you have to see the kind of tense of the question. Second was paraphrasing your statement, paraphrasing your answers. Third thing that I mentioned was like your answer must be framed. That means your first point of view, or not point of view. I'm bad in that. I'm telling you, narrating or putting the point forward. Sometimes I go wrong. So here we are not giving a point of view. We are just telling that my idea is this, my idea. I'm not saying that my thought process, my point of view. That means accordingly me. It's not like that. It's like simply my idea about this question is this, and then supporting ideas. Then you're gonna, fourth point is the supporting ideas. You need to have a supporting idea. One supporting idea will give you a good score, I'm telling you. But there are some questions, definitely there are some questions where you don't require the supporting ideas. Like for example, somebody is asking you the name, then obviously there is no supporting idea for that. You are not going to say that why your name is like that. If somebody is going to ask that why your name is kept like that, then you're going to answer the person about it. But otherwise, without even asking, like somebody saying, what is your name? My name is this because. No, that is a wrong reply. That is completely incorrect. So don't go like that. So I hope that you have gotten to know that what I'm trying to say, that for the part one, that how we need to do about it and how we need to go about it. I must tell you that we need to be a little faster because we have a lot of stuff to cover, and a lot of things to discuss. And I hope that someday or the other day, the person who has written that one, that I'm gonna support you, has not come till now. And if he has come, that he could have actually replied over there in the chat itself. Do you think? Do you think? Or do you think you eat a balanced diet? That is a question. Do you think you eat a balanced diet? That means we should know that what is a balanced diet. Or if you don't know what is a balanced diet, then you can say that by balanced diet you mean this. I guess by balanced diet it means that. So then, if you would be wrong, the person is going to correct you that balanced diet is something. Like if you really don't know, but it is there would be a less chance that the person won't know like what is a balance. A balanced diet would be something that which will have a balance. Then definitely, for me, balanced diet would be something which will have all the energy, nutrients that should be in the as a part of the. I would say that food. Okay, whatsoever would be in the food, that would be like having some kind of vitamins, minerals, carbohydrates, all those things. Like whatever we get, those are the part of the balanced diet. And if those are present over there, then definitely we are having the balanced diet. Do you think that you eat a balanced diet? Obviously you can say no. You can also say no. I must tell you that but simply saying straightforward no would be wrong. Then you can say that because you want to be honest about it. So then you can say that, to be very honest, I must tell you that I'm not the one like who would take care of all the kinds of vitamins, protein, and all that. I'm a kind of foodie person. I don't care about that much. I do eat the junk food sometimes. So most probably I can say that I don't have any kind of balanced diet. So that is a natural answer. So that should be the natural flow, that your answers should come naturally rather than just thinking twice. And people make a lot of patterns like, your answer should have this much of the flavor, that much of the flavor. Yeah, add the flavor, but add the flavor naturally. Don't force the flavor to come into your answer. आपके आंसर में वो forcibly नहीं आना चाहिए. So whenever you are answering the question, वो फ्लेवर अपने आप नजर आना चाहिए, ना कि आप जानबूझ के उसमें उसको पुट कर रहे हैं. यू आर नॉट डूइंग इट. ओके. Now, another question that is possible in the part one, we will talk about that. That is, what do you relax your mind? हर बंदे का अपना different होएगा ना. I knew, I think this would problem will occur. Am I audible? Just kindly write that in the chat. Okay. I don't know what these two people, like the persons, are doing here. 10 o'clock. Good night. Good night. Good night. So what do you do to relax your mind? When it comes to relaxing your mind, obviously we do lots of activities. One of the activity that we do for relaxing ourselves is actually listening to the music. Some people sleep. Some people prefer to walk. Okay, they talk with the people, and they go outside and have some fun. And some people like to sit quietly. So it depends upon the preference of the person, that how person wants to live, or how person wants to actually relax. Relax means bilkul shant ho. Some people do meditation. Some people do yoga. Some people do lots of stuff. There are lots of answers that like we can bring forward. That हम ये करते हैं, हम वो करते हैं to relax ourselves. So there would be different answers. Okay, but answer should have that same pattern that I mentioned earlier. You need to know that what is the tense of the question. Obviously, in the part one, most probable questions would be asked in the present indefinite form. So when you are asked the questions in the present indefinite form, your answers should be in the present indefinite form. That how you do often. How do you handle everything? Every day I listen to some kind of music which is like some kind of hardcore music, or even some kind of music which will give me kind of insight into my creativeness or creativity, I would say. So depends upon how you are answering it. So इन चीज़ों को हम ज़्यादा नहीं डिटेल में कर सकते, because it will take a long time and we'll have a different session for that one, like how we really need to answer the question in part one, because I'm bringing here the questions which are actually related to the health. So these are the most probable questions that you're gonna see, or you're gonna be asked about. Okay, there would be different other questions. If there are any other questions that you think that they can ask you, please put them forward and put them in the chat itself. So good night, Vishnu Raji. Good night. Good night. So the people who are already, there itself, I'll be awake because it's a daytime here. Okay, it's around 10:36 here. So 10:36, I'm gonna be awake. I'm gonna go to the Gurudwara also within some time. But right now I'm with you. I'm trying to help it out to all those people. It's a kind of I would say that I love to do something like that. That is, yeah, we're gonna talk about the vocabulary and the collocations now. That is the most important stuff that is going to come forward for you. That how we're gonna use them, how those are actually powerful ones, and how powerful your words should be when it comes to actually giving your reply in your IELTS examination. जब आपका IELTS का एग्जाम होता है, वहाँ पे आपके वर्ड्स कैसे होने चाहिए, आपकी vocabulary कैसी होनी चाहिए, and everything related to that. Okay. So now let's learn some powerful vocabulary words, okay, for this topic. Like for example, like
the first collocation. Now it is time for the collocation. I don't have any kind of it would be better that in the portrait mode, that if they will provide something like we can type on the phone, or we can type somewhere. I don't know like how it is. So collocations. Now we're gonna work on some collocations which are really really necessary that you should know about health. So जब आप हेल्थ के टॉपिक के बारे में बात कर रहे हो, देन आपको ये पता होना चाहिए कि कौन कौन सी collocations है दैट मैं इनमें यूज कर सकता हूँ. What kind of collocations can I use for my topic health and wellness? What are the different possible collocations? सबसे पहले तो collocations क्या होती हैं? Collocations हम उन वर्ड्स को बोलते हैं जो इकट्ठे आमतौर पे यूज किए जाते हैं, जो अच्छे लगते हैं, बोलने में भी अच्छे लगते हैं, कोलोकेटेड होते हैं. वो कोलोकेटेड दो अक्षर आपस में इकट्ठे लोकेट किए जाएं, then that would be called as collocation. If the two words are going to be used together, at the same position, at the same place, then definitely that would be called as collocation. Usko hum collocation bolenge. We will talk, we will say them to be, we will call them, we will call them to be the collocations. Okay, we'll call them to be the collocations. तो चलिए, first collocation I would write over there, and if you have the answer for that, then let me know that. Stay in shape. जैसे हमने इन तीन वर्ड्स को क्लब किया है टुगेदर, वी हैव क्लब देम टुगेदर टू मेक अ प्रॉपर मीनिंग ऑफ इट, लाइक स्टे इन शेप. तो हमें पता है स्टे इन शेप क्या होता है. व्हाट इज स्टे इन शेप? लाइक अपने आप को प्रॉपर शेप में रखना, उसको बोलते हैं हम स्टे इन शेप. बट आम तौर पे ये इकट्ठा यूज किया जाता है. पीपल यूज इट usually together. People try to use it together. Most of the time people use it together. Like, what do you do to stay in shape? Okay, to keep myself in shape or to stay in shape, I do this. I go for jogging. I go jogging every morning to stay in shape. That is one example. I go jogging. I go jogging every morning to stay in shape. So stay in shape means my physique, like to keep myself fit. That means there to stay in shape, what I do jogging. That's it. There would be different things that what you do to keep yourself stay in shape. So first thing is jogging, other thing is you are hitting the gym, you are going in the ground and do some running and all that. Jogging is something like not the brisk one. I would say that depending upon like how you do it, you will name it. So हर बंदा अपने अपने तरीके से करता है, like how to stay in shape. Some people they prefer only do stretching, and then they think so that they are staying in shape like that. Only shape is there, but real health doesn't come into being. So now the second collocation is lead a healthy lifestyle. Lead the healthy lifestyle. So whenever it comes to the collocation, remember that you have to use them together most of the time. Lead a healthy lifestyle. Okay, he's leading a healthy lifestyle. Normal sentence. He's leading a healthy lifestyle. That means everything in his lifestyle is good as far as his health is concerned. उसकी हेल्थ के बारे में अगर बात करें तो सारी चीजें जो भी वो कर रहा है, that he is doing really fine. So that means his diet is good, his exercise is good, his sleep pattern is good, everything is good. That means he's leading a healthy lifestyle. Yeah, it is important to lead a healthy lifestyle in today's fast-paced world. One of the example you can keep it in mind, that is, it's important to lead a healthy lifestyle in today's fast-paced world. Fast-paced world is also one of the collocation. Fast-paced world, but that is about the world. When we are talking about the world, that would be a different collocation. We are talking about the health, so that's why I have brought this one, that is have a healthy lifestyle or lead a healthy lifestyle. So remember that one. These collocations really work wonder when it comes to actually using them accordingly the topic. And I must tell you, whenever a question is asked about a certain topic and you're using the vocabulary related to that, आप उसके बारे में आप vocabulary को use करोगे. आप ऐसा नहीं है कि कोई fanciful word वहाँ पे पॉम्पस वर्ड यूज कर लिया या फिर आपने कोई enormous यूज कर लिया, उससे कोई इफेक्ट पड़ेगा? नो, there's no effect of that. The effect would be only according to the topic. If the question is about the health, then if you're using these collocations, if you're using these terms and conditions and all that stuff, then definitely your chances of getting the high score in speaking is obviously high. Yeah. Then leading a lifestyle, healthy lifestyle, and then there is a well-known collocation that is there: well balanced diet, well balanced diet, well balanced diet. Okay, now we have well balanced diet. Well balanced diet, that means everything is in the proper portion, like the portions are good. Like, I would say a well balanced diet includes fruits, obviously. A well balanced diet, it depends upon the person to person. Like if the person is a veggie person, or vegetarian, or non vegetarian, depending on on your choice. I'm a vegetarian. I'll talk about only those things which are actually in my life. So I won't be talking about something which is non veg. So I don't know about that, but still things are healthy. If you really want to add up to your knowledge, then you can actually go and search it out, like which non-vegetarian stuff is good for your health and what are those different stuffs that you can add in as far as the proportion is concerned. But you can't give the fake answer. You can give the fake answer, but I don't know like why you want to give the fake answer when you know that you have to give the natural answer. So natural answer is possible only when you are giving your own answer. If you're gonna say that for your exam sake you're gonna add some kind of words which are not the part of your life, then definitely you're gonna find trouble within some time. When you're answering, you would say that, oh my god, I said a lie, I told a lie. Instead of telling a lie, just be straightforward that whatsoever diet you have, if you're eating fruits, if you're having some kind of kiwis, if you can have some kind of stuff that is actually vegetarian stuff, just go for that one. Don't go for anything new, don't go for anything that is the part of somebody else's life. Just stay put with whatsoever you have in your life. So answers should become natural. So to have the well balanced diet, you would have a different pattern, the other person would have a different pattern, but the main thing is the constituent elements of the balanced diet must be present in that. So balanced diet doesn't mean that you're going to have the pork or you're going to have the beef or you're going to have something else. For me, the balanced diet would be like having something like proteins. We're gonna have the carbohydrates, or we're gonna have something like, I can have the banana, I can have the I can eat lots of stuff like black gram, or I can use different other stuff like kidney beans or something else to actually complete my required elements or required nutrients that I require for my body. So it depends upon person to person. I'm telling you that nobody is supposed to target anyone. I'm telling you, respect all those ones. I have my family members also, they are eating the non-vegetarian. So vegetarian, non-vegetarian, that is not the like something that we are talking about. I'm talking about if you are a vegetarian and if you are talking about something non-vegetarian stuff and you are adding it to your answers, you will find trouble later on to satisfy the person, because the person will get to know that this person is a vegetarian but he's trying to tell a lie, and obviously that is not something that they are looking forward for. So you give the natural reply. If you are vegetarian, that's fine. If you're not vegetarian, that's also fine. You give the reply accordingly. Okay, give the reply accordingly. So if you're eating vegetables and the proteins and the fruits, that's also fine. If you're eating the pork, that is also fine. That is also good. If you're gonna have some kind of non-vegetarian stuff, that is also perfectly fine for many people. So yeah, depends upon your choice. So well balanced diet should contain, ultimately one thing is certain, then well balanced diet should contain protein, carbohydrates. The amount and the proportion also matter. Like I heard in a one of the reel in, I would say that Instagram, I guess, that somebody was saying that clarified butter, जिसको हम घी बोलते हैं. So the person said that it is really good for health. Yeah, definitely it is good for health. But the kind of diet that we already have in India, we should eat it in a right proportion. Though I don't eat it in the right proportion, so I know that thing that give you a lot of um, anger issues also. Like your BP, blood pressure would be high when you're gonna eat it lot of clarified butter. Okay. So if you are eating it a full bowl that I do, then definitely your anger issues would be so many. Like you will try to be short tempered. You will try to conserve that one, but still you would not be able to control it. So yeah, eat less of that one, eat it in right proportion. That means everything has to be in the right proportion, guys. So whomsoever is watching it, let me tell you that if you are eating it in the wrong proportion, that you are eating it too much of everything is bad, excess of everything is bad. We say that excess of everything is bad. So that's what you can use even in your speaking exam. So I would say that excess of everything is bad though. So I would definitely prefer to eat everything in the right proportion. So that's how the well balanced diet comes into play. So yeah, there you can say that. What is the sentence? A well balanced diet includes fruits, proteins, vegetables, depending upon what your choice is. Then another collocation, which is a beautiful collocation, is mental well-being. Mental well-being. What do you mean by mental well-being? Well-being, we know that well-being is the your goodwill of your health or something like that. But mental well-being, that means goodwill for uh, your peace, mental peace, mental peace. So mental well-being would be mental peace. So how you would be able to get your mental peace? By doing some exercise, can be like depending upon the choice of the person. I'm telling you that people get the mental peace by irritating others also. So there are people in this world who feel relaxed and they get the mental peace by irritating others. So those are actually very toxic people. We need to get rid of all those. Okay, anyways, without wasting time, what would be the example for the mental well-being? How can we use mental well-being in the statement? So to use that mental well-being in the statement, exercise improves not just your physical health but also mental well-being. You can say that. But also, but mental well-being too. Not only that, but also that. You can just use it like that. Okay. So when it comes to exercise not only just give you the physical health, but also your mental well-being would be on the track. So that's how you can remember that. Now, last collocation for today's session. Only the collocation. We have lots of words. I'm telling you, would be around more than 20 words or more than 50 words. I would say that for the particular topic health, and then this is just the collocations end. So I brought I think around 5 collocations. So stay in shape, lead a healthy lifestyle, then well balanced diet, and many others like mental well being, and last but not the least, this is something as a cause of concern in today's world: sedentary lifestyle. How many of you go through that sedentary lifestyle? So, see, I was sitting on the chair. Earlier, I was sitting on the chair. Sitting on the chair becomes very sedentary kind of stuff for the persons, and it becomes, chronic later on. It becomes dangerous later on. You're sitting in the chair and you're just staring at your laptop, and you're talking to the person and you're doing your work 12 hours, 13 hours, 14 hours. Obviously, your lifestyle is not good. You're not giving time to your family. You're not giving time to your kids. You're not giving time to yourself itself. First thing first is you yourself. You're not giving time to yourself. That means your life is not good. Your life is sedentary. That means you're sitting every time. Yeah, the people, like, what would be the example? Many people have health issues due to the sedentary lifestyle. That means they have sitting arrangement throughout the day. They are sitting at a place and they are working continuously on something, and they are not stopping. And when they are not stopping, the life becomes difficult for them later on in their future. I must tell you that the persons who do not actually look into this particular affair, like they stay put with the sedentary lifestyle. They don't do anything else, just the work, just the work and sitting. It's not like you're walking, you're doing exercise or something, but you're just sitting. आप बैठे हो, बैठे रहते हो, कुछ भी नहीं करते. You're not doing anything else, just sitting. आप और कुछ कर ही नहीं रहे. So when you're not doing anything else but just you're sitting and doing work, like you're sticking on to the laptop and you're just staring at the laptop throughout the, throughout the time of your work, that means वो life आपकी बेकार हो जाएगी. You will be going through the sedentary lifestyle. So nobody should have the sedentary lifestyle. Everyone should have the lifestyle where you are actually enjoying yourself first of all. Sedentary lifestyle में बंदा enjoy नहीं करता. So one should not have the sedentary lifestyle. So these were some of the collocations which were related to what I say. क्या बोलते हैं हम इसको भाई, क्या बोलती है जनता, तो इसको बोलते हैं हम collocations related to the health and fitness. Now second part, when it comes to second part, we have to use a lot of stuff into that, and what are those ingredients, I'm going to tell you about those, and what are those points that you need to remember. I will talk about those as well. But before that one, I'll give you an insight about like how the cue card comes and how we actually get to answer the question in your cue card part, and how naturally you can give the reply. Let me tell you that many people, they suffer just because they think so. Like, there are many people in the world, they make YouTube videos and they tell you that you will get 4 bands for your cue card. I must tell you, never prepare like that you're going to get 4 bands for the cue card. Never prepare like that. Prepare it like that you are going to get the overall score. So if you're gonna improve your overall score, then definitely your score would be good. You need not to worry about, like, if you're gonna think like that you're gonna prepare for only the cue card. You are not going to prepare for the first part or the last part. You have to prepare. You have to reform yourself fully. You cannot say that my one part is good and other part should be bad, or other part should be good and the last part should be bad. No, every part that you're gonna speak with enthusiasm. Your answers should be actually valid. And how they would be valid? By being natural in every scenario. So I won't say that like I would actually demarcate it, or I would tell you that, yeah, you will get 4 bands for this one, 3 bands for that one. No. See, there is a parameter for 3 of the parts. There is a parameter for 3 of the parts. First is your fluency, then fluency and coherence, जिसको हम बोलते हैं, what we call it, fluency and coherence, and then pronunciation, fluency and coherence, and your lexical resource, obviously your grammar. Okay, your lexical resource, your vocabulary, and your grammar. So they will be divided according to the 20-25% score for each of these sections. And if your pronunciation is good, you would be getting good score. They won't be giving you any answer. They would be giving you any kind of score for long answers or something. That's what I'm saying. So when you are natural, you would make stories easily. Okay, when you are natural, you would create stories easily. What I'm trying to tell you. Now, I'll tell you that how actually, I'll tell you the brief process that how the cue card part has to be answered and how you can answer it easily. But I'm not going to give you the answers all the times, because there are lots of answers, lots of videos that I've already created for the cue card, because I'm going to focus on the vocabulary related to the health and the wellness. I hope so that I would be able to satisfy whatsoever your requirement is about the topic. So I am actually considering these topics to be important because these are mostly the part of the examination. So health and wellness is mostly talked about kind of topic. Yeah. Now, how would you get the cue card? You would get a cue card in the form of a certain paper. It won't be a certain card would be given or something. You would be getting a paper. On that paper, you would have a question written over there. Okay, and that question would carry a main head question, and then would be sub questions for that. And you would be given 1 minute to prepare for that. The person examiner is going to tell you beforehand that this is how you're gonna do. Okay, now I'm going to give you a certain cue card and you'll have 1 minute to prepare, and thereafter I will not stop you until you are complete with your answer till two minutes or something. Like, once your 2 minutes would be over, the person is going to start indicating you like your answer is going to get ended. So make a perfect ending over there. So if the person is helping you out over there, the examiner is not actually the examiner, he's your friend. He or she is your friend. Those people who are sitting over there on that chair, they are actually assisting you that now I think you should consider to bring your cue card to an end. So make sure that one that you're already aware that how to bring a question to an end. And as you are aware of that one, then definitely you are good to go. Okay. you're good to go for that. Now, the question in this particular case, in this health and wellness case, can be describe something you do to stay healthy. What is the cue card? So, describe something that you do to stay healthy. Healthy. Describe something that you do to stay healthy. That is the question. So that is the head question. I must tell you that all those points which would be underneath that one, those are not important at all. Those are important to give you a kind of story in the mind. Okay, but never consider that one. You would be scored accordingly. That if you're not answering one of those questions and you're leaving one of those questions, your score would be discarded or your score would be decreased. No, not at all. The main question is describe something that you do to stay healthy. You need to have a story for that. What do you do? Okay, you will have all those questions already answered in those, like, basically they want you to have a structure. That is why they give you these questions, like what would be in this case, what it is. Okay, that is the first sub question. Then when you do it, okay, you're gonna tell that the time of that one. So that they are trying to tell you that everything has to be have a structure. It's not like important that you're gonna leave one or the two questions in that particular portion. If you are leaving those, don't worry about it. You're not going to ultimately lose the whole score. That means even they will not focus on that one, whether you're answering this part or that part, but they would love to listen to your story. They would love to, obviously they are your storyteller. Act as a storyteller and explain yourself properly. So when you're explaining yourself properly, then definitely you are going to get good score. I must tell you that. There they want to check that whether you are a good storyteller or not. And if you are a good storyteller, they will give you the score. They will not look into these questions, sub questions, but they will focus on only one thing. Describe something that you do to stay healthy. One thing is certain, that when we describe something, it means that we are touching all the senses. We are describing it. We're trying to check it out with the sight. We are trying to check it out with the kind of fragrance. We are taking the aroma into the considerance. We are talking about the taste of it as well, but we are not going to taste the health. But here we are going to talk about, like, what are the different things which are tasty to keep yourself fit. You are eating a lot of food, so you need to be tasteless sometimes. So the word tasteless is describing something related to the sense of taste. So I mean to say that if you're touching all the senses, you're describing things very good. Okay, now I must tell you that one question which actually gives you a lot of scope for increasing the length of your answer is the last subcategory of the question. Let me tell you, like, there is another question: who you do it with. Do you go with your friend or do you do it alone? You can say that whatsoever it is. So if you are going alone, then you're gonna say that I hit the gym by myself. I don't take anybody else into the consideration when it comes to the gym. But though, sorry, not but though only, simply though. So though I have to do it alone, but there are lots of trainers. They help me out when I do the exercise. So something like that. Somebody else also helped you. So you can mention that one. It's not like that. And even it is, again, I'm telling you, it is not GK exam. It is not something that you need to actually think about like that. When you're answering, you're speaking English. That's it. And explain. This is the question. This is the top-notch question which is going to help you out. Understanding that one. Healthy. Yeah, here you go. Explain how it helps you to stay healthy. When you say explain means here it comes the process of actually numbering it down. Explain how it helps you to stay healthy. You're going to tell various benefits of actually, benefits of doing the gym, or benefits of staying healthy, benefits of jogging, benefits of something, how it is helping you out. So There you're gonna number it down, number one, number two, number three. It's not like number one, number two, number three, but first of all, it helps us to do this, metabolism stays good, something like that. I mean to say that number them down. When you're gonna number them down, you will have number of statements to speak. But I must tell you now the process of actually framing an answer. For me, when you frame an answer for this cue card part, whenever we frame an answer for the cue card, then I always tell my students to find the answer for the basic question. Describe something you do to stay healthy. Now, health is the main question here. Whenever you're gonna actually start your answer, whenever you're gonna start your answer, you need not to start it with the like I do this to stay healthy. You can actually create a definition for health first, like staying healthy is very difficult these days. Staying healthy is very difficult these days because of the fast-paced world. People do not get the time to actually go to the gym or hit the gym or do anything else. There are different ways to keep ourselves fit, but one of the way, now you came to the point. That means I mean to say that create a kind of beginning for it for from your end itself. Create a beginning by your itself, and then thereafter just move on to the topic. Do not go straight to the topic that I would like to talk about this or that. You can go. There is nothing wrong in that. I must tell that if you think so, the people who think so that they are unable to frame the answer, they are unable to frame their answer, they need to actually go for the definition as well. They think so that my timing would be less, I won't be able to complete my 2 minutes, or the person is not going to stop me before that. Then definitely that person should actually create a kind of beginning in the before any of the cue card. Whatsoever cue card comes before you, I'm telling you, all of them will have this particular notion. Whenever you're talking about this health and all that, you're going to frame something related to the health first, and then thereafter you're going to move forward with something else. Okay, you're going to move forward with the topic that is going to you're going to discuss. And one of the things that I do to keep myself healthy is hitting the gym. For example, you gave the answer for what it is. I do the gym every every week, every twice a week. That you have given the answer when you do it. Um, Whenever I go to the gym, I just stay put with the people around me, and sometimes I find the partner there going to the gym. I try to find the partner who is most fit in, I would say, that who's the fittest in the gym or something like that. So then I'm trying to just give you a glimpse of it. So when you are actually framing it, and then thereafter you got the main question, you got near the main question, explain like how you keep yourself healthy, or like how it keeps you healthy hitting the gym. And then you're gonna tell the benefits of. There are lots of ways it helps me out with. First of all, um, like the fat that I gain throughout the week, it gets off my body just when I hit the gym every twice a week. So that is one of the benefit. Then thereafter you're going to talk about different other benefits as well. There are other ways also, like for example, you have eaten some junk food somewhere in a restaurant, and definitely hitting the gym is going to help you out with that as well. And hitting the gym also keeps your body working properly. Stretching and everything, all these things really help you out. When even the body temperature, or the weather temperature, or the outside temperature becomes lower, then if you are already warmed up, then you will not feel that cold that much. So that is also one of the benefit of actually keep hitting the gym. And whenever there is some certain sort of activity that is happening in the family, you're always taking part in the family, you're always actually being active in the family. So all these are the some of the benefits, I would say, um, you know of keeping yourself into the gym, or doing or hitting the gym every day. So every twice a week, or whatsoever it is, the way you follow. I've heard once that you should not hit the gym every day. You should hit the gym um, by giving space of one day in between every single day. You know, every day when we hit the gym and we are doing a hard gym, then definitely it becomes difficult for our body to actually make all those broken muscles again faster. you know So that's why we need to do it. So now, just as a model answer, I would give you like, I usually hit the gym. I usually go for a brisk walk. I would say that in this case, I would say that brisk walk. Instead of saying the gym, I would use a topic, brisk walk. I have chosen that one. Okay. Walking is a good exercise. I believe that you don't have to go to the gym, you don't have to go to any other place. I think brisk walk is something that I really appreciate when it comes to actually keeping myself fit. So yeah, so I usually go for the brisk walk every morning in the nearby park, because I have a nearby park here, you know, to my house. It's quite near to my house. I started this habit last year during the pandemic or something, like during this particular period. That's just an example. Okay. Because there was no one, like we had some break from the work and we had to work from the home, just to keep myself agile and keep myself known to the surrounding and the nature. Then what I was doing is I was going outside for 30 minutes. I was doing the brisk walk for 30 minutes while listening to the motivational podcast, because there were lots of people, at the time were free and they were not going anywhere. So they were just, you know, and I'm telling you, starting a lot of work during the pandemic period has become a blessing for many. Boon or bane, it has worked as a boon as well as bane. I must tell you that. Boon for those people who were really creative, and bane for those people like who didn't know that how to do things in their life. So yeah, that's how it is. I feel fresh and ready through the day when I actually go for the brisk walk, or keep me physically active and mentally relaxed. Lots of stuff that you can speak about when it comes to actually giving an answer in the cue card part. So basically, I wanted to tell you that all those points you can keep in mind, but let me tell you, the last particular question in the cue card, it gives you a scope for actually lengthening up your answer. Your answer would be great enough, because you're going to tell, number one reason that I would say that this brisk walk helps me out is keeping me physically fit. It gives me a certain sort of training to my mind, and it not only actually gives me the time to listen to the music, and also it gives me the time to just listen and focus to the motivational stuff that goes on in the podcast. Okay, that's how it is. Then that's how you can number them. All in all, you can say that when you are ending with the last particular point, you can say that all in all, or in the end, I would say that everyone should go for it. And it will definitely bring you are bringing all the tenses into the answer, because you're not speaking about past tense only. You're not talking about regular activity. You are talking about the future as well. It will definitely help people out if they go for the brisk walk. So you have added that, that how to use the future tense as well, and more complex sentences, more compound statements, if you're going to use in your answer in the cue card part, you would definitely get a plus score. I must tell you that. And now I just go step by step. I must tell you that whenever I prepare my students, I tell them that there is a process that everyone has to go through. Okay, this life is also a phenomena that I'm going through a lot of ups and downs in my life. Then that is the process. Everyone should know the process, because if you go you know ahead before the process and you're not following that process, I'm telling you, you're gonna lose a lot in your life, because you won't have the patience to hear other people. So that is why I would say that there is a process. Now, moving forward with the process of actually letting you know about, like, how actually you should proceed, once you got to know that, I know that what the basic answer is all about. Now, to make it exemplary or make it actually happening for you, great answers would not have that kind of only element. That they would have something extra into that. There would be added flavor, there would be icing on the cake, there would be something which is totally exemplary, and it would be totally different from the normal answers. I must tell you that you cannot actually get the good score simply by just uttering your answer. If you really want to get 7 plus bands or 7.5, 8 bands or something, then definitely you have to have this particular thing, metaphorical language. Whenever you are adding one or two statements or one or two idioms into your answers, I'm telling you, you will definitely get good score. You will be easily getting the good score if you are going to do that. I don't know, like whether or not the people are going to get to know about me, that this person exists and is helping out people. But I must tell you one thing, that if your answer doesn't have that flavor that the person wants to listen to, obviously, if you're gonna listen to me right now, for example, if I am able to speak, why am I able to speak? Because there are some people who will definitely get energized by the way you would speak. If I would speak something and you are getting motivated by that one, that means you are good as you're a good as speaker. You're good as speaker. And if you are speaking and the person is not getting the motivation, even the person is getting, demotivated. No, no, no. That is the red flag for that. So I would say that it's not like how good you are in your grammar. It's all about like how emphatic when you are speaking something. So, to make your speech emphatic or to make your answers emphatic, one of the beautiful element is vocabulary. Your vocabulary has to be upgraded. When it comes to the vocabulary that you're using, before actually even reaching to the vocabulary, I must tell you that I forgot to actually let you know that there is a part third as well. So part third is actually the trickiest part. It is the trickiest part because the people, they fix it up that the way they have answered in the cue card, they have to answer the same way in the part third. No, not at all. It is not like that. In part third, whenever you are answering the questions, the answers of the questions will be diversified. I'm telling you, you're going to talk about lots of people. You're going to talk about sometimes the adolescents. You're going to talk about the teenagers. You're going to talk about the mature people. You're going to talk about the adults. And sometimes you're going to talk about the old people as well. So you're going to talk about lots of genres. Lots of genres. That means you're going to touch different point of views. You're not talking about your point of view only. You're going to talk about other point of views as well. You're going to talk about all those people around you, like how do they think. Sometimes the question is all about you. Then you're going to give your only point of view, or like your own point of view only. But there would be some situations when you are told that how do the people celebrate Diwali in your country. Then you're gonna say that how the youngsters are celebrating it, how the old people are celebrating it. And when you're talking about all those people, then definitely your answer is definitely gonna be emphatic. I don't think so that any answer would be non-emphatic, if the person is just speaking about all of them. When you're speaking about all of them, then definitely your answer will have a lot of flavor in that. So definitely, when the question comes, for example, like in part third, what kind of
from stirred.
shut the heck up. Now my Alexa is actually talking in between. Alexa, how are you?
I'm over the moon.
I'm
Our
over.
women in blue have made history by winning their first World Cup.
Yeah, we know
Want
that.
to hear my special tribute?
No.
Just say, celebrate the women in blue.
Alexa, no. Yeah. She stopped. But you know how she answered? She started answering me the question by saying that when I said that, how are you? How do we say that? I'm good. She said that I'm over the moon. I'm over the moon. That means I'm very happy. That's how you're gonna be metaphorical. You're gonna be actually excellent in your speech when you are actually using such kind of idioms in your answers. I hope that you are getting my point. What I'm trying to tell you is whenever you're answering, simply answering the question is not gonna serve the person. You're gonna serve only by actually being natural, emphatic, and with idiomatic language. I'm not saying that all the answers have to have the idioms, but you should know some out of them, because the person who is going to take your test would be a native speaker. And if you would be able to actually speak the native language by using the idioms in your answers, then definitely it is icing on the cake. Your life is going to become life in the park, or walking in the park, sorry. Your life is going to become walking in the park, or it would be like you know it's like a piece of cake for you then. I'm telling you. So the people who use all these idiomatic phrases in their speech, I'm not saying that every now and then. I'm saying that usually if they are using it, I'm telling you, they are making their speech wonderful. So Always have that. I'm not talking about pronunciation yet. I'm not at all talking about pronunciation. I'm telling you, everything has to follow a process. Once you will get to know about the tools, when you have the tools, you can use them. But if you don't have the tools, what the hell are you going to do then? So definitely, one of the tool when you're gonna speak your answer, when you're gonna speak, when you're trying to create emphatic answer, or when you're trying to influence the other person, is using the idiomatic phrases. I believe that is something that I think I have delivered it to you, that's really important. And now you can see in the chat there is a question that I have actually asked you. Why do some why do some people why do some people find it hard to stay fit? Now here the question is very clear, extremely clear question is asked. Some people, we don't know which people. So if we don't know which people, then definitely we are going to think about all the people that we know as generations. So we are not going to say that Gen Z, we are not going to say a Gen Alpha or something like that. You can use that one even. I must tell you that. You know the different zonals, or you know the baby boomers, the other people. If you know all of them, then you can say late 90s also. Something like that. The people from the late 90s, something like that. You are dividing them into the sectors. When you are dividing them into the sectors, and when you're trying to actually explain them into the sectors, then definitely you are telling the consensus or the census, sorry, you're telling the census, or you're telling something that as your observation. So this is what is the part of the examination. Part third is all about your opinion, but your opinion has to be actually elaborated accordingly the different person's opinion depending upon the question. I'm telling you again, I'm repeating, depending upon the question you're gonna repeat it. Why do some people find it hard to stay fit? There would be different reasons. Some people are couch potatoes, some people are lazy, lethargic, they don't want to change themselves. There would be different people. Yeah, youngsters do not do that because they are stuck onto the video games most of the time. Most even the people who are playing video games without even knowing that there is a lot of scope in future. I must tell you that I'm not denying anybody to play video games. Play video games if you are going to earn something from it later on. Obviously, for practice sake, yeah, in the beginning it is fine. But later on, if you're not joining the championship, or you're not actually earning money from the video games, do not do it. I don't know how much I can do it, how much of the video games I can play, but I never stop anyone to play video games. But do not go to that extent that you're going to lose your eyesight. Don't bother that much. I must tell you that don't bother that much that you're going to lose your eyesight. So that's how my point of view is, that youngsters should not do it that much. They should do it, but they should do it in their accordingly their capability. That's it. So playing video games is not at all wrong, but it is wrong to a certain extent, not to the whole extent. So I say certain extent. When I say certain extent, I need to use this word even in my speech. Like to a certain extent, that means to a certain, like certain people believe that, or certain people believe something else. So depending upon the choice of the person, you're gonna actually make their zones. So they believe this, they believe that, something like that. So next question, for example, is how can sorry how can governments encourage people to live a healthier life? So it is a collaborative effort. So central government is there, state government is there, provincial government is there, federal government is there. What are their steps that they're taking? If the state government is doing something different, then definitely we're going to talk about like the officials should do this, officials should do that. And again, stick to the kind of vocabulary that you're using. And if you're using the same kind of vocabulary, or you're sticking to the topic, I must tell you that even your simple answers are going to give you, a wonderful score. You're going to get a wonderful score even after that one. Let me tell you that you can't use the word government again and again. So officials in the government, you can paraphrase it. So how can they do it? There are a number of ways that the government officials can help you out with. or there are number, I don't think so they have any role to play, but I would say that definitely the people can do it on their own as well. Okay, so it depends upon the way you want to get the answer. I mean to say that both ways things can go. It's a double-edged sword. It's a double-edged sword. um, both way you are at the loss, and you have to actually find an answer for that. I mean to say that. Okay, it is very difficult to stay like with that one. Like it's very powerful one, I must tell you that. When it says like it is double-edged sword, that means in both ways you have to frame something. Okay, how can governments encourage people to live? Like if the government can encourage people to do that thing, they can do campaigns, they can open gyms. Okay, they can have some kind of competition, sports competition, they can set up a lot of stuff, you know. But on the other hand, if your answer is that government is not responsible for that one, I believe that even the people should actually take care of themselves. Now what do you say? In that scenario, you would say that people can keep themselves fit by actually providing some time for themselves in the beginning of the day. Like early, like we know that an apple a day keeps the doctor away. Have a healthy diet. So you are trying to frame the answer on your own as well, and you are trying to deny the fact that you are not satisfied with the kind of question it is, but you're not saying, simply saying it, that I don't think so that is the right question to ask. You're simply saying that in my opinion, I believe the governments are not at all responsible for that, and the human beings are responsible for it. All the other human beings, they are also human beings, but I mean to say that the other people, that the citizens themselves, or the civilians, can do it on their own, instead of actually just putting that burden only onto the government. I think it is the shared responsibility. It is a mutual responsibility of people as a whole. Sometimes as the administrator or as a civilian, you both have the duties. Okay, to keep everything healthy, or even providing the mental peace to the people. For example, you're meeting somebody in the way, or you're going to a certain place. You're on a Pambana highway, for example. You're on a Pambana highway. You're meeting somebody who is not in the right mood. You should talk. You should talk. It is not the government's duty to come over there and help that depressed person. You should talk to that person and say that I'm with you. I know that there are different tough situations in life, but I think you are a warrior. You can do it. So your little motivation can help the person to build that momentum and become good in mental health. So that's how it is not only the government's responsibility, it is everybody's responsibility, because we know that we as human being, as a different race, we have brains, we have different other elements that other I would say organisms do not have. So if we have that one, use it in the right way. Be a philanthropist. Don't be something like, I would say, don't be a jerk. Anyways, so then we have another question that is possibly can be asked. That is, okay, that is, come on. I'm trying to copy it because typing it would take some time, and during that period of time, people they go away. And here we go. Yeah, the question is, do you think the modern lifestyles are unhealthy? Definitely, I believe so. I believe so. I'm telling you. Suppose there are lots of problems that are happening these days because of the recession period. People have lost their jobs. People are not doing work. Some people are doing work. Some people are getting work. Some people are enjoying their life. Some people are having a healthy diet. Some people are some people do not, because some people have a lot of work. Then definitely they won't be considering health to be important. So they would be considering the money is more important. I don't think so that is important. One thing that really important is you should know that how to organize your life. Okay. Do you think the modern lifestyles are unhealthy? I believe so. Do you believe that? If it is unhealthy, please write that in the chat that yeah, modern lifestyle is unhealthy, because we have a lot of options. When we have lot of options, I'm telling you, we go in the wrong direction only. We never try to go into the right direction. When we have a lot of options, we try to just run away, and we say that if I have option that somebody else can make my food, then definitely I'm not going to make the food at home. I will go outside and bring it from outside. I'll buy it from outside. I will not actually buy it from, oh sorry, I will not make it at home. So obviously, when choices are there, then definitely there are chances that you're gonna go unhealthy. Okay, so nowadays it is possible. Earlier it was not, and yeah, today's lifestyle is also, I would say that a worse kind of experience. I would say that because when the parents are busy, you know, handling their works or the chores, like by which they are earning the money, the kids are playing video games. They're not providing them the healthy time to the kids, and they're not actually giving the due time that actually they should give to the kids, so that they may learn something good. Anyways, anyways, I'm really sorry for the background noise that is of my refrigerator. I'm really sorry for that. Now I think it is off. I don't know like how it happened. So now these are the kind of possible why and why not. So why and why not will give you the scope for actually increasing the length of your answer. Okay, now I would come to the main point. I was telling you that if we don't have the elements, if we don't have the tools, if we don't have the kind of, you know, like the things that we require to speak and answer, then it is of no use. So then there comes the another thing, like for example, for this question, like or any of the other question like related to that one, I would actually speak or utter a question, the last question in the part third, that is, how does stress affect a person's health? Too much. Depends upon the person's psychology. I believe that stress helps me in being creative. When I am stressed, I try to think a lot. And when I think a lot, some people have the tendency to think negative. Some people have the tendency to think positive. So I have the tendency to think positive as well. Not only I would say that I think negative, but also I think positive. It gives me some kind of elements, some kind of, you know, I would say the ingredients that which I can actually type it down or write it down, or my lyrics come into a real flesh just when I know that, yeah, there is some stress. See, even the rhyme is there. Just when there is some stress, my lyrics come to the flesh. So that's how, you know, person becomes like different when the stress is there. It depends upon your response. One is stress and one is stress response. So all of these things are related to the health. Now, now another important thing that you should know about is, like, whenever you're giving your opinion, you need to actually start answering your question would be in my opinion, as far as my perspective is concerned, as my viewpoint is, or if I think is very normal. But I would say that when you're giving your opinion, try to use, as far as my perspective is concerned, as far as the perspective of the people are concerned, or different journals, like as I mentioned that one, when you're going to talk about them, I'm telling you, you will be answering the question, you will nail it. Yesterday was my short that was about nailing it. You did it, that means you will nail it better. Okay. Now, another thing that is really important when you are actually speaking answers in your health topics, health topic is concerned, as far as your health topic is concerned. So there would be something about the pronunciation. There would be something related to the pronunciation. Let's, well, actually, are the natural fillers when it comes to is fluency par bhi. Yeah, I'm at is fluency as well. Ace fluency. Yeah, Ace fluency. Yeah, I'm on Ace fluency, but I don't do any kind of sessions over there. I do sessions on the YouTube only. There, I just talk to the people and try to just let them be here only. Ace fluency par bhi ho kya? I am on Ace fluency. Yeah. Okay. Anyways, hello Rajesh Prajapati ji. Okay. आप मुझे बताया था वही. Yeah. I think we have talked on that application. Yeah. So now there are three ways by which you can actually make your answers fluent, or make your point of view fluent, or whenever you are actually speaking an answer, that you need to actually keep it in mind that if you want to avoid the long pauses, अगर आप long pauses को avoid करना चाहते हो, then what you have to do? You okay? You're from Ludhiana. Sat Sri Akal. So yeah. Anyways, so to avoid that thing, like to put the natural fillers in between, to avoid the long pauses, what you can do, you can well, actually, to be honest, absolutely, without a speck of doubt, undoubtedly, something like that, depending upon the kind of question there is. Or instead of saying I would say that I won't prefer but if really somebody knows that thing, like if it is universally known to everyone, then there you can use it. That's a good question, something like that. So when you use something like that, then definitely it becomes good. And it gives you some kind of time to actually think and keep smiling when you are using that. When you are actually using the smile as a tactic to actually cover that up, that you don't have the answer. Yeah, today is a good Purv and we're gonna celebrate. After this one, I'm gonna get ready in Guru Ghar, Gurudwara, Guru Sahib. Yeah. Okay. Now we have done the half of the part of it. I'm telling you, half of the part of it. Um, then I would have some kind of idioms now for you, like especially related to health, and then we will move on to another stuff, like, brother, I want to improve my communication skills. Your roadmap. Come to Winnipeg, bro. Talk to me. Just talk to me and stay put with my channel. I'm gonna come live usually, so definitely it is going to help you out, and tell other people also to join in and enjoy the conversation. Someday or the other day we can have the collaborative live session as well. I don't have any problem with that. Helping out and telling out the people that that's the right way. I don't have any problem with that. Okay, now the first idiom जो हमारे इंडिया में बोलते हैं, हम बोलते हैं लोकोक्तियां, proverbs, जो मुहावरे होते हैं, वो सारे उनमें से, like we are going to talk about those idioms which are possible, you know. I must tell you that the first idiom is an apple a day keeps the doctor away. Everybody knows that. Every single person on this planet knows that an apple a day keeps the doctor away. It doesn't mean that you have to eat apple. It means that you need to eat fruits. Your diet should carry some fruit. Okay, if you have the fruits, then in your diet, then definitely it is not going to harm you anyway. It is not only the apple that is going to help you out. It can be sometimes kiwi as well. It can be pomegranate. It can be anything else. It's not only the apple that is going to be helpful, but other other nutrient rich fruits. Just give me a break. I'm gonna drink some water. I'm gonna be back. गुर के चरण तोए तोए भीमा. Okay, we are back. So yeah, now comes the time when we're gonna talk about lots of idioms. So idioms are really, really necessary. I must tell you that idioms are really, really necessary when it comes to, you know, uttering any answer. As I told you that it adds flavor to your answer. So then, one of the idiom that you should actually use is an apple a day keeps the doctor away. So it doesn't mean that you only the apple is going to help you out to stay fit. So what else can be fit? Something which has some energy, something which is going to give you a positive energy, something which is going to give you a healthy energy, something which is coming from the natural sugar. It should not be something artificial sugar or refined sugar. No, that's not good. So yeah, so when it means we have to use an apple a day keeps the doctor away. An apple a day keeps the doctor. Eating healthy food certainly will, help you to prevent the illnesses. If you're gonna eat healthy food, obviously it can be any food. I'm telling you, an apple a day keeps the doctor away doesn't stand only for even the fruits. I would say there's something which is nutritious, and if you're having it, that means an apple a day keeps the doctor away. And remember that one, that in any scenario, I believe that like, for example, you're talking about like, what do you do to keep yourself fit? You don't have to say that I eat apple. You can say that like, I keep myself fit by just having a healthy diet. And I believe in this particular saying called an apple a day keeps the doctor away, because if we're going to keep our diet clear and nutritious, then definitely it is going to help us to actually improve ourselves in plenty. Okay, yeah. So that's how it is. That's how you can answer that one. Then next is fit as fiddle. Fit as fiddle is metaphoric. I must tell you that fit as fiddle, simply you have to mean that like, when you are fit as fiddle means you are strong, you are vibrant, you're very healthy. So when you're vibrant, and you're healthy, that means you are fit as fiddle. You simply have to use it like that. Okay. There's a lot of noise upstairs. I don't know why. Let me write the message to them. See, fiddle has different meanings, but somehow here it is. It is not felt as fiddle. It is fit as fiddle. My bad. He's fit as he's fit as fiddle, or he's fit as a fiddle. After doing yoga for months, I feel fit as fiddle. After doing yoga for a month, I feel fit as fiddle. Now next one. Burn the midnight oil. The midnight oil. Burn the midnight oil. We know that it is also related. Hello, Menche. How are you? How are you? Yeah. Burn the midnight oil is all about, like, for the studies. It is not about the health, but how it can be used. So, burn the midnight oil stands for stay up late, working or studying. It can, obviously, if you're gonna work late at night, then definitely it is going to affect your health adversely. It is going to affect your health adversely. So definitely sometimes we need to, stay put from that. So I have been burning the midnight oil for preparing the IELTS exam. So I need to rest a little more. Okay, that means I'm okay, I guess. Strange nightmares, no, traumatizing one. Hope you're doing well. I'm doing fine. I'm doing absolutely fine. Mm-hmm. Kind of traumatizing ones, huh? Okay. I don't have any kind of such things, but I do have wishes to fulfill, dreams to accomplish. That's it. I never get a nightmare. I don't know why. I always have a wish in my heart that I should live longer. I don't know whether the God is going to take me away. The God is going to take me away. Now, next one is under the weather. Under the weather. What do you mean by under the weather, Menche? It's a very common one, I guess, in your country, I guess, in your place as well. Midnight oil, beds are burning. Ba- yeah, beds are burning. Midnight oil. So beds are burning. Beds are burning because of the bodies, not because of the midnight oil. I must tell you that the beds are burning. The body's temperatures. That is the body's temperature. And maybe you know that the people are somehow, they don't care about people around, like when they're sleeping, they fart. So that's how it makes your bed warm. But I don't think so. That is the right way to make your bed warm. So another way is there to make the bed warm. But midnight oil. Here we are talking about the midnight oil. Midnight oil related to the health. So health. So burning the midnight oil for that kind of stuff is definitely gonna give you a good health. Yeah. So anyways, then thereafter, under the weather. Under the weather, what do you mean by under the weather? I believe it's quite clear. Under the weather, that means I'm not okay. I'm not okay as far as my health is concerned. Because the topic is health, then definitely we'll talk about that topic in this particular idiom's form. So under the weather. Under the weather, that means somebody is going through a tough time as far as the sickness is concerned, or not feeling well, or something like that. So if somebody is under the weather, that means feeling sick or unwell. So when somebody is feeling sick or unwell, that person is under the weather. There are different times when I had been under the weather, but I never actually chose to go to the doctor. So choosing a doctor is a tough deal for me. I don't like to go to the doctor. Instead of that one, I would prefer to go and have a run or do some jogging to actually get rid of my fever or my sickness or something. But I never like to eat something like the tablets or the medicine, because that's not good for health as far as my personal point of view is concerned. Yeah, under the weather. So feeling sick or unwell. Then is in the how do we sleep while our beds are burning? Beds are burning. Obviously, it's cool time. If those are burning, we can sleep. We still can sleep. In the pink of health. In the pink of health is opposite one, I guess. When we say in the pink of health, that means we are not under the weather. We are in a proper. Those are the lyrics from a song. In the pink of health. Midnight oil. Beds are burning. Sleep. Okay, anyways. Yeah, those are the lyrics from the song, you said. In the pink of health. In the pink of health, that means that you are healthy. You are okay. You are very much in a good health. Okay. So you are very much in a good health. Then you can use.
Playing from stirred.
Okay, paying from it. Then that is also related to the health. Like to stay in the pink of the health, like in the pink of health, then you have to go to the gym. You have to hit the gym, or even if not the gym, you should actually do some kind of physical exercise some way. Okay, now search after your. Yeah, sure, definitely. Beds are burning. I'll definitely listen to that one. I would definitely prefer to listen to that. Yeah. Okay, then there is hit the gym or work up a sweat. Hit the gym or work up a sweat. Yeah. Hit the gym, that means obviously somebody would hit the gym to actually keep oneself fit and fine and be muscular, spectacular, is a bachelor. Okay. Work up a sweat is also the same. Exercise to stay fit. When you exercise, when you do some exercise to stay yourself in the proper position or proper shape, or keep yourself in shape or stay in shape, then we hit the gym. We hit the gym, we work up a sweat, that means we exercise to stay fit. So I hit the gym every morning to work up the sweat or stay fit or stay active. This is very nice one, I must tell you that. Healthy as a horse. Horse. Healthy as a horse. He's healthy as a horse. That means when you're talking about or you're trying to add a kind of quality to your friend's health, or if keeping yourself in a certain regime is going to bring some change in your health, then you can say that it will make you healthy as a horse. So it will make you healthy as a horse. It's for the journal thing, but for ELDS, I must tell you that you would have different occasions where you can use them. I must tell you that all of these idioms can be used depending upon the way you are trying to say. So to keep myself healthy as a horse, I try to eat black grams. Okay. Now then thereafter we have another one. No pain, no gain. That's actually I have checked in wrestling also. No pain, no gain. No pain, no gain. When you don't do any kind of effort, you're not gonna get any kind of gain. You need to work hard, if you really want to achieve something in your life. So definitely when you want to achieve something in your life, then definitely you have to go through the pain. If you don't go through the pain, you will not have any kind of gain. So no pain, no gain is one of the way that you can present your ideas with. And alongside you can use like midnight oil and all, burning the midnight oil, or sometimes like you know healthy as a horse, or something like that. You can use hit the gym, something like that. And then thereafter we have shed some pounds. Shed some pounds. Instead of saying that to lose some weight, you're gonna say that shed some pound. Shed the pound. Shed some pounds. Shed your pounds, man. You're becoming thick day by day, but I don't think so. It is a body shaming stuff. I won't do that. Okay. Then burn calories. But to keep yourself fit, you have to do that. Burn calories. Okay. Burn calories and shed some pounds would be one and the same thing. Shed some pounds or burn some calories. I think you need to burn some calories, bro. And I think you need to burn some calories. Okay. Doing exercise will help you to burn some calories. Okay. Even when you are actually doing some mental exercise, it also burns some calories. I must tell you that. We don't get to know about it, we don't see that thing, but still, you know, we burn some calories by doing that. Okay. Now, then we have is mm, a change of pace. Change of pace. Your guns. You can make the guns go like that. I'm not that, good in. I don't know how it is. The people see it. Oh yeah. So change of pace. The last one. Doing something different to your mental or the physical health. When you need to go through the change of the pace, it means to say that I started meditating last month, so it's a nice change of pace for my busy routine. From my busy routine. These. Oh yeah. So change of pace. No, bro, no. I'm nothing even in comparison to actors and all that. I'm just a simple guy. I'm a layman. I like to be the layman. I like to be the layman. So I don't like to be the dayman. I like to be the layman. A change of pace, doing something different from your mental and the physical health. Like when you're doing something for your mental and the physical health, that means you're bringing some change. And when you're bringing some change, then definitely you're changing some etiquettes that you already are using, and you think so that your health is not perfectly fine just because of those, and you want to improve from those. So that's how it is. So in part 1, 2 and 3 of them, you can use all of these idioms. What are those? I mentioned 10 of them. Okay. First was an apple a day keeps the doctor away. Second was fit as a fiddle and burn the midnight oil. Somehow it was from the different particular zonal. And then we have under the weather. Then we have in the pink of health, and then hit the gym, or instead of hit the gym, work up a sweat. we can say, or we can have healthy as a horse, or no pain no gain. And there are other ones are like that, burn the calories or shed some pounds or change of pace, something like that. These were the 10 of them. Now will come the time when we're going to talk about the vocabulary words. Okay, I hope that I would be able to actually explain all those words, because I'm gonna just say the word and you would be implying that one, or what would be the meaning of that, and you would be able to get the meaning out of it. Yeah. So first word is physical fitness. So physical fitness is very normal word, and I think you should know that you should use whenever you're talking about health. Physical fitness. So whenever somebody starts talking about health, you should say that physical fitness is something that I'm also concerned about. A normal statement, I'm telling you, physical fitness is being healthy and strong physically. Physical fitness is that. Okay, the first word is physical fitness. Okay, now physical fitness is something like being healthy and strong physically, not mentally, physically. So regular exercise improves physical fitness. Now, then there is very beautiful one, cardiovascular health. What do you mean by cardiovascular health? What do you understand by the term cardiovascular health? So when we say cardiovascular health, it means the health related to the, obviously, heart and the blood vessels. When you have the blood vessels and your heart, then if you're talking about that, heart and the veins, yeah, very good, very good, very good. Have you heard Menche, that one of the song that has been the talk of the town these days? There are three black guys and they sing a song. They don't sing any lyric. They don't sing anything, but they simply say, ha 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 ha. And that became the talk of the town. I'm telling you, the people really like to listen to all that. I don't know how it is. And your people have the talent. They have a different talent these days. And the whole song, whole time they do it like that. And I really like that thing. The people have the like example for the cardiovascular health. Swimming daily helps you to maintain your cardiovascular health. Swimming daily, you're gonna swim, or your butterfly stroke. And the first stroke that I learned about the swimming, it was the butterfly stroke. And that was the only stroke that I learned. Nothing else. Then after I stopped learning. Yeah. Now I think your reaction came late. You're talking about so it was really nice, I must tell you that. I really like such kind of videos where people do not bother that much, and they don't bother you that much. They simply give you some kind of things to relax, enjoy yourself. Okay, then strength training. Yeah, strength training. I'm writing the spellings wrongly, I guess. So strength. Oh my God. Training. So whenever you're talking about the topic related to the health, then you should remember this thing also, that you need to use all these words: physical fitness, cardiovascular health. So that something is gonna keep your cardiovascular health good, in good shape, or in good situation, or good form. Okay, or something like strength training. So what is fucking depressed, will make me laugh to tears. So don't be depressed. Depression is nothing. Just is a chance to rise or elevate. Depression is the chance to elevate from all the pains of your life, bro. Never worry about anything in the world. Never worry about anything in the world, even about yourself. Don't worry about yourself. Things are going to be right. That's how you're gonna keep your health in the right form. I must tell you that. Yeah. So what is strength training? Exercises that build muscle strength, like bundles. No, bundles or dumbbells? Dumbbells, man, dumbbells. No, bundles. So bundles would be actually going to deteriorate your health. So don't pick up bundles, dumbbells. Okay. Oh my God, where am I? Where am I? Okay, exercises that build muscle strength. That is strength training. You should do the strength training. Um, People do not like to hit the gym sometimes. They go outside and they run like a machine. So then in that scenario, you're doing the strength training. Strength training helps prevent injuries and improve your posture. Okay. So something that will build your muscles obviously will hide the bones underneath that one. Once your muscles are built, then the bones underneath that those would be hidden. But I would say that those muscles are good, which are athletic ones. I would say that if the muscles that you build in the gym, sometimes they are good enough to show, but they are not good enough actually to live the life with. If you are unable to walk and you have to stay like that whole of the time, and you're walking like that, and you can't actually jump, you cannot, like, once I remember that one of my brother was is a what we say, the gym freak, and I would say the bodybuilder. He played one ball, cricket ball, and once he played, the bat was in the air instead of actually the ball. So that means your flexibility goes away once you are actually doing the gym like that. So you need to have that kind of strength, that should be natural one and should be, feasible one. Anyways, then we have aerobic exercise. Aerobic exercise. Aerobic exercise. Aerobic exercise stands for like exercise that increase the heart rate and breathing. So something that increases your heart rate and breathing would be aerobic one. Aerobic exercise. Running and cycling are the forms of aerobic exercise. Running and swimming, these are the aerobic exercise. Okay, remember that, aerobic exercise. Then flexibility. Flexibility. So flexibility is another word that you should remember. I do the 80s aerobic exercise videos. Those are nowadays funny. Yeah, those have become funny. Those have become funny. Obviously, yes, something which is old will definitely, with the passage of time, becomes funny, but it actually is very, very important. Important, I would say. Ha 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 ha. Okay. What is flexibility? Flexibility means like your body is flexible, your ability of your muscles to work properly. So the flexibility, as I mentioned, that like the bodybuilders, they have less flexibility because they are told that you need to walk slowly, you need to walk these many steps. I don't think so. I don't want to stop myself from walking even. I would say that it is going to give me a good health if you're gonna walk properly, in especially in Winnipeg. Oh my God. If you're gonna stay put in the house and you're just acting like you're a couch potato, and especially when it comes to the gym, that you need not to walk that much. So that becomes a problem. So I would say that, you know, this is very important. Like being flexible is very important. Join the gym, but do not join the gym that much that you're going to make the big muscles, but you won't be able to walk properly. But if you are able to run and you are able to make the body, that's well and good. I must tell you that that is going to be a plus point for you. Ability to make muscles, or ability of the muscles and the joints to move easily is known as flexibility. The ability of the muscles and the joints to move easily is known as flexibility. Life has to be flexible. That means life's muscles and the joints should be flexible. If we are talking about, it should be flexible, your mindset should be flexible, that the brain's joints and the muscles should be flexible. It means to that. It means to say that. Okay. I would be completing this part of this. Then rest of the words that we will have in the evening. We'll have some of them in the evening. I would definitely prefer that half of them I would be completing that in the evening. Three of them are left now. in this particular portion, like that are like one is endurance. Endurance. What do you mean by endurance? When it comes to endurance, endurance means how much of the you are capable of actually, your ability to sustain physical activity. That is stamina. Yeah, endurance. You endure, you bear things. How can you actually maintain yourself for a long time in certain position? So that is ability to sustain yourself in physical activity for a long time. That would decide that one, that how much of the stamina, how much of the strength that you have, how much of the core strength that you have, to stay put and stay fit, stay active, stay agile, man. So endurance. So long distance running builds endurance. Yeah, in the beginning, when I started doing it, like I felt that, I used to stand and I used to do the exercise like that only. I do not go to, like I would not go to outside world. Then I would stand over there and I will do some exercises like that. Okay, I would do something like that. But later on, I started running slowly, like not the brisk running, but the slow running. I like to do that. I don't know, like there is some kind of pain in my, like, glutes. I would say that there's a pain in my thighs also in the beginning, but later on it vanished, it went away. So it increased my stamina to run faster and for long time running. Long distance running is going to increase your endurance. It is going to increase your stamina, man. What are you talking about? Then warm up or cool down. There are two words that you need to know. Firstly, when you warm up, obviously for before the exercises, before doing some task, you warm up. Then thereafter, once you have done that one, then you try to cool down. So exercise done before and after the workout is known as warm up or cool down. It is always told and it is always suggested that you need to cool down before going out of the gym. And if you go like that, warmed up, then I must tell you that you're gonna like really deteriorate your health. You are going to really adversely affect your health, guys. So do not do that. Even if there is one person, I'm telling you, menche, you need to actually keep yourself fit, man. Depression is not something, is our enemy. We need to kill that enemy with mindset. Mindset. Okay, now last but not the least, sedentary lifestyle. Sedentary lifestyle. Do you have the sedentary lifestyle? Lifestyle is with the very little physical activity. When you have a lifestyle with very little physical activity, then there, yeah, that is, whew, sedentary lifestyle. I was live from quite a while. Like at 10 o'clock, I started my session at 2 hours continuously. I have been speaking for. So yeah, this is the last one. This is the last word for the day. And if there would be some other words, let me tell you that I mentioned that there would be 50 vocabulary words. So then 40 vocabulary words are still left. I must tell you that. So these 40 vocabulary words we would bring in the evening. Half part of it would be in the evening. So this is the last one. I must tell you, the sedentary lifestyle. I don't like a sedentary lifestyle. Even when I can, manage to live in a sedentary lifestyle, I don't want to be like. If you don't do physical exercise that much, then definitely you are living a sedentary lifestyle. Sedentary lifestyle leads to obesity. So don't do that. Don't you dare to be in a sedentary lifestyle. Don't be a couch potato. Go out and run. I hope you're going to run now. You're gonna run. And let me run also. Let you run also, because I have to go to the Guru Ghar and do some kind of prayers and eat something, and thereafter I'll come back. You will join you in the evening. Have a good evening for those who are in India. Good night for them, and good morning and good afternoon for all those people, because it is 12 o'clock. I would say that Good afternoon to all the people in Canada, and good night, India. So, see you in the evening, see you at the night, maybe. So, depending upon that. Thank you. Thank you very much. Have a good one. Take care. Bye bye. Bye bye. Bye bye. Bye bye. Bye bye.